Here is our first artwork for the High Northern Renaissance. Now notice our period style, High Northern Renaissance. So on an exam, if I were to ask you to identify the period style, you need to be specific. Is this early Renaissance or High Renaissance? All right, we're looking at an altarpiece called the Isenheim altarpiece, and it is polyptych, multiple panels, and this is the view of it closed. The artist is Matthias Grunwald, and the altarpiece was constructed and painted for the chapel of the Hospital of St. Anthony. Now, we're going to look at this artwork, but let's break down that caption up there. So, artist, Matthias Grunwald. Got it? The altarpiece in its totality is called the Isenheim altarpiece because it was originally located in Isenheim, which is a city, which I think, is it located in here? Yeah, look. Right there. So it was located in Isenheim. All right, okay, sure. Inside a hospital called the Hospital of St. Anthony. Now, you might be thinking altarpieces in hospitals. It's actually not an unusual thing. You will go to a hospital today, you'll find a non-denominational chapel because hospitals are places where people go when they are sick and they want guidance and spiritual connections and reassurance. And so this altarpiece was in the chapel attached to the Hospital of St. Anthony in the city of Isenheim. All right. So what are we looking at here? So there are multiple panels. In fact, this altarpiece has interchangeable panels. There are hinges hidden along these lines, and then you can see this line here down the center is where the panels could be opened up to reveal new panels, and then there are interchangeable panels, so you can remove those panels completely, take them off the altarpiece, and put in different panels. All right? Now remember, the use of polyptych altarpieces is very common in Northern Europe, and they allow for multiple images within the same structure for various holidays or saints' days. And when we open up this central space here, we see the two panels are painted on the opposite side, but also we have sculptural elements. Now, I don't know if you remember, but I did tell you that polyptych altarpieces can have multiple painted panels, but they can also feature these larger sculptural forms. And here we are looking at a really great example of that. There's so many beautiful examples I wish I could show you. If you're interested in seeing these sculptural polyptych altarpieces, let me know. But what we're looking at here is when you open up those panels, you see the painted inside, and then, let me zoom in here. These are carved and painted wood statues of Saint Anthony and other various saints. Why Saint Anthony, Miss Cortez? Why not Jesus? Great question. It's because this is for the Hospital of St. Anthony, and so as the patron saint of the hospital where this chapel is located, it's appropriate. And we're going to talk in more detail about St. Anthony in a little bit. And then if you notice, the bottom two panels open up to reveal Jesus, and then this line here serving as the table for the Last Supper. So we see the followers of Christ, the apostles, surrounding Jesus, and so we have multiple scenes within one altarpiece. Let's look at it here it is as it stands today. Now, it is no longer located in the Hospital of St. Anthony in Isenheim. It was moved to the city of Colmar, which is along the border of France and Germany, and it's in a museum there. But I like this image because it allows you to see the size of the altarpiece and also to help you understand its function or purpose in a similar space that it would have had when it was inside the Hospital of St. Anthony in Isenheim. So a little bit about the Hospital of St. Anthony. The Hospital of St. Anthony in Isenheim had a specialty of treating skin diseases. And the Saint Anthony, was known as a healer of skin diseases. The hospital was a monastic hospital, meaning that the physicians were monks. And let's go back to our size. The church, or I should say more specifically, the chapel where this would have been located was within the hospital and served as a place for respite, for reflection, for those who had come to be treated and those family members who were visiting their loved ones. I have a video here I want to show you, and it's a small what's the word, like display piece that is inside of the museum in Colmar, and you can like move the flaps around to understand how this altarpiece would have originally been used and interchanged. So let's watch that. Okay, so you see, very helpful to have that demonstration. I don't know that guy, but this video is very helpful. So let's look at this closed panel. One more thing. One more thing you need to know about the Hospital of St. Anthony. At this time, it was a hospital that specialized in the treatment of the skin disease ergotism. Ergotism is a fungus that's found in bread grain that can cause gangrene, which, okay, it's really gross, but we're going to have to talk about this. So the skin disease is a fungus, and it will attack your skin, which is an organism, or sorry, an organ, and your skin will start to rot and will basically rot off of your body. It will also cause these pockets of pus to develop all over your skin. And this was a rampant disease at the time because, well, when food is scarce, you will eat moldy bread and therefore are more susceptible to get this skin disease. Ergotism at the time was called St. Anthony's fire. St. Anthony, the name of his church, St. Anthony was not only seen as a healer of skin diseases, but also could give or punish with skin diseases. And so here at the monastic church and hospital of St. Anthony, they treated St. Anthony's fire. Now, I hate to tell you this, but the treatments were really brutal because they did not have the medical understanding and advancements to treat this without things like amputation. So if you started to get the St. Anthony's fire on your arm, really their only treatments were prayer, hoping for miracles, or amputation, just cut off the infected area. And so here at the Hospital of St. Anthony, I want you to imagine that perhaps you or your mom or your brother, your dad, your sister, your wife, your husband, your child, they have been infected with St. Anthony's fire. And you are coming here into the chapel in front of this altar as some form of solace or answers. Okay? Let's set ourselves up like that, and let's now look at the artwork.